78.6 FM Positive Vibes of Winsome. Wow, it's good to be back on the air in the stations. Make sure everything's working. Everything's good. Sound is good. We're still in the new studio, testing everything out, making sure that everything's working and flows. And I'm still having a good time getting to learn the equipment. So today is another great day here in Okinawa. A beautiful day. The weather is changing, right? Seasons change. And with that being said, things are changing. I'm really excited to have shared last week and posted last week about some of the things that are changing for the new year. Just had some wonderful conversations about my new podcast guests, other collaborators, other people that are sharing wonderful messages in the world and sharing with our communities how important it is to look past the surface and understand what's going on in the world around you. Understand what's going on within yourself, understanding who you are so that you can be the best version of yourself no matter what's happening in the world. Mastering you. So I can't wait to start that series off. We kicked that off in January. I think my first YouTube show is going to be separate. We'll pull some of this, of course, out and utilize a different YouTube page starting December 8th to share messages and kind of expand that reach, right? It's really important to scale. And when you're able to scale, you're able to expand your reach, you're able to grow and build, it changes the game a lot because it's not just your family and friends, your everyday supporters. It's people who normally don't have an opportunity to learn about the lessons that you teach, to hear the messages, to get the tools that we share with those folks who get it every day. So it's not about views, clicks, numbers. I can care less. I just want the information out there, the messages, the people who are sharing powerful messages, stories, experience, to have an opportunity to be seen, heard, and information valued, which is, of course, what we try to do with our teammates and friends that we care about, right? Make sure that they feel seen, heard, valued, right? So that's coming. 78.6 Positive Vibes with Winsome. I am so excited to be here with you. I'm so excited to share the messages that we have within our community, that we share every single day here in Okinawa and throughout this region. Really proud of the team that gets together every month, twice a month, to train, to educate, encourage, and inspire others. That's our APAC coaching program team. Really excited of that squad that is really taking the time out to develop themselves to be the best version of them as coaches for other people. And coaching is really taking off. Shout out to the International Coaching Federation for what they've been providing as tools for us to be to give us the gift of coaching so that we can be there for other people. That's a unique opportunity that I'm so glad that I was able to become a part of a few years back, and to be able to share that here locally is such a blessing. So shout out to the International Coaching Federation. Shout out to Flatter Leadership Academy. Shout out to our APAC coaches who are getting better by the month, right? Just every week we're trying to expand upon what we learned last week and make sure that these tools make sense. Had a wonderful conversation this morning. Woke up early to talk to my friend in the U.S., Adam Edwards, who also for the Space Force is doing great things for that program as well when it comes to coaching. So to be able to connect the dots, right? We're doing great things in the Air Force, doing great things in the Space Force, bring it together as a family, and not just our military and military civilians and dependents, but again, the goal is to scale, right? So we start here. We build our coaches up, but the coaches need hours. The coaches need practice. The coaches need experience. So I'm able to connect them with other companies now, which is the best part about this. Being able to connect them with people who need to be coached, people who are navigating experiences and journeys, new paths, and they just really want someone to help guide their way, right? And the powerful thing about coaching is we're not mentoring and telling them what to do. We're allowing and empowering them to come up with solutions. We're giving them powerful things to think about, asking powerful questions, engage so they can engage with their thoughts differently, engage with what they might have seen of themselves differently, become a better version of them before they leave that 45 to 60-minute session. They have taken in information. They are processing those thoughts. Those neural pathways are connecting in different ways than before, are just firing up. And when they come back, they've built up from that convo. They've adapted somehow, or they've they've implemented some of the things that they came up with. That is like the most amazing feeling is when you have that follow-on session and you see that somebody is doing something great with what they were thinking about before or what they were processing before, and you see it working for them. To be able to do that not just as an individual, but to have a team of people providing that space for someone has been one of the most incredible journeys of my career, and I'm so happy to be able to help put this together before I'm heading out. I just want to say thank you to each and every coach that's involved, each and every facilitator, each and every guest speaker, each and every person that takes the time during our training to make sure that we are better for the session as coaches. And for everyone who has signed up, thank you for trusting us with your time, with your journeys. Man, that's such a big lift. And it's so, the words, it misses me right now, but I will tell you, it's overwhelmingly a blessing to know that someone is trusting you with their time, their story, their journey, and that we have the opportunity that we do to be a part of it. So to all those folks, thank you. Shout out to Trainers Warehouse, always, Miss Sue Landay. You have been such a blessing and such a wonderful partner on this journey. To the folks who shared the recent story, talk about that in a second. Thank you so much. I jump on LinkedIn, but I don't play on LinkedIn anymore, right? So forgive me. I see it, but I'm staying away from that algorithm for a while. Kind of like Facebook. I don't post every day. I don't post every week. I don't share every event. But some of the things that really mean something to me, I'm out there posting now. And now that we're building up to the Facebook page, building up to the what is that page I just talked about earlier? Building up to the YouTube page, building up to the podcast, building up to putting the side shows together, side quests, right? It's really important that I get back out there and start posting on that side. But I'm not doing a lot of the, hey, check this out. I'm not doing a whole lot of that. And I'm not on the algorithm anymore. I'm not paying attention to it. So forgive me, but I do see you if you're out there posting on LinkedIn about the article that just dropped. I'm so grateful for you for sharing that. I do see you on Facebook, the love that you guys are giving me. I try to respond to as many people as possible that hit me up on my Facebook. If I forgot you, if I missed you, I love you, and I'm grateful that you either put a comment out there or you put a heart, whatever you did. Thank you for engaging with the story. I'm very grateful. I talked about Trainers Warehouse. I talked about our coaches. I talked about Adam Edwards. Thank you so much. Premi Sterling, I can't wait to do our first podcast episode interviewing you. You are talking about some really cool stuff. And I was telling him this morning during our interview together, our meeting, I won't even call it an interview, but I was telling Premi during our meeting this morning via Zoom how much I admire the work he's doing in the community to educate, encourage, and inspire others to pay attention. And that's the funniest thing, to pay attention. Not about being anything other than aware of what's going on around you, right? And paying attention. That way, when you're making decisions and making moves, that you're paying attention to why you're doing these things and what's actually happening around you. So, Premi, shout out to you for taking time this morning. Thank you. This is my gratitude segment, so you got to get some of that. Thank you for trusting me with your time and engaging with me this morning and planning with me, man. You got some really wonderful things that are coming up, and I can't wait to see what it looks like. And I can't wait to have you on a pod. Again, it's not about numbers for me. It's about sharing your story and hopefully getting you a couple of more views, man. So 78.6 FM, Positive Vibes of Winsome. This is the gratitude segment. Haven't done this in a while. Coming back with the real energy. Coming back very appreciative for everything that has happened up to this point. This has been 6 years, if I'm not mistaken, on the air, man. 5 years, 5 years on the air, right? So 5 years this summer. Going into the 6th year next year. I can't tell you how wonderful it has been to be a part of something in this community, to give back to the village that I live in, FM Yomitan, 78.6 FM. The community here is always my favorite place to be. I always break away and go do some things out here, like maybe today, Hotel Nico Alivila, the lighthouse after this, take my little binoculars and go see as far as my eyes can see. I just really enjoy taking everything in. And my promise to myself is that I will always stop and build in rest. Stop and rebuild, build in peace. Stop and build in a reset button. And that for me is immediately after this. I download all of this into you, and I go give myself my energy back at the top of the lighthouse or somewhere where it allows me to reconnect, disconnect, just to reconnect. 78.6 FM, positive vibes, a Winsome and gratitude segment. Shout out to the APAC coaches. Shout out to Trainers Warehouse. Shout out to Premi this morning, Adam Edwards, everybody who's shown me some love. I don't want to forget anyone. I want to make sure that Scott Stalker, who's going to be speaking with our community in January, thanks for connecting with me over the weekend. The Lead X, you guys are doing amazing things. I can't wait to see what we do next. Lead X is helping me put together a joint military session, and it's going to be in January. The Lead X team, if you guys haven't been tracking, Dr. Travis Bradbury is one of the POCs or one of the sponsors for this emotional intelligence team, and he's really endorsed this product. They just wrote the new book, Dr. Bradbury, The New Emotional Intelligence. So I'm really excited to share that with these leaders. And we're focused on the non-commissioned officers in January. We're going to bring these guys in. Hopefully we hit our numbers, which is 100 non-commissioned officers from all over this island. Get them in a room and just hit them with some real leadership stuff. Real things to consider, real things to fight for, real things to engage with when it comes to how they're leading teams, how they're leading people, but most importantly, how they're leading themselves. So that's one of those things that I think gets missed. One of those things we don't talk about enough, but so grateful to have the opportunity to speak to these guys, man, and to really share with them what's going on in the community. So, or with their teams, right, and with themselves. So can't wait to talk to those guys and to bring that back to reality for our leaders to start the new year, right? So 78.6 FM, gratitude, Scott Stalker, Adam Edwards, Trainers Warehouse, Florida Leadership Academy. Who else has really been supporting me? Talent Smart EQ, I saw you again. Another team, I saw you on LinkedIn speaking about the article. Thank you so much for sharing the information. I really wanted to tell you I appreciate you. I see you. Again, I'm not engaging with LinkedIn. I might check it out because I get the little notifications on my email. I open it up, see what it is, but I'm not engaging, right? I'm kind of, what do they call that? I'm taking a break from these things right now. I'm posting stories to build stuff up for the new year, connecting with the people who are a part of it, but I'm not getting caught up in social media. I'm actually taking a step back from even YouTube when it comes to watching videos because I'm paying attention to what I'm feeding my mind. So I'm very grateful for the people who understand that and the people who have still shown me love as I'm changing the way I look at things. And remember, I told you this, and I've told you this over and over. When you change the way you look at things, the things you look at change, right? It's about mindset, about how you approach life, how you approach every single day. Are you intentional? So I want to say thank you to the folks who understand that, who have been supporting me on this new journey, this new vision, this new change. It's not about numbers. Again, if you can reach one person with your message, if you can reach and change the life or trajectory of one person, you've succeeded, right? And I was listening to one of Tupac's speeches, and he says, our job is to spark the mind. We may not be the person to change the world, but I guarantee you, I will spark the mind of the person that will change the world, which is the goal. You always want to get on these things, these platforms, and use this message as an opportunity to educate someone, to encourage someone, to inspire someone to be great. Not to be comfortable with who they are, to be great. Better than they were yesterday, right? Every single day. Putting those 10 toes down and stepping into the world with intention. That's what we're trying to teach. That's what we're trying to inspire. That's what we're trying to push into the minds of these people who are coming after us, to these folks that are watching us, to these people who trust us with their minds, with their time, and with their energy. I love when I'm sitting here minding my own business and I haven't reached out to anyone. I haven't talked to anyone, and all of a sudden I get this, I see a message and someone says, thank you. Hey, senior, is what they call me in my day job, right? Hey, senior, I just want to say thank you. I was thinking about a message you gave X time ago, and I just want to say it's really changed my path. Some things like that really mean a lot to me because it lets me know that I'm doing what I'm supposed to be doing and I'm in my calling. But we're going to talk more to you. We got more to say right after this break. 78.6 FM, Positive Vibes of Winsome. I was talking about my gratitude segment, saying thank you to as many people as I can remember. There's always an opportunity for me to say thank you officially to the people who've poured their time into me, their energy into the things that I've been building, supporting my vision, and anybody who's a part of that, thank you. Anybody who has actually said, Winsome, what do you need? Anybody who's actually said, hey man, I think what you're doing is beautiful. Let me be a part of it. How can I be of value? And all of those folks who I said in the first segment, thank you. I truly mean thank you, because I couldn't do any of this without you. And for the folks who have been taking leaps of faith with me, never met me before, just heard about me, but they're like, hey man, from what I've heard about you, from what other people say about you, from what I've seen from your Facebook and your social media and your websites and all this stuff, I want to take a chance on you, or I want you to be a part of this. That means the world to me. So if I haven't told you, thank you. That's what that first segment is for. And if I missed you, I want to say thank you. One of the most important people, there's a couple of them, couple of my Air Force and Space Force guardian angels, but I want to definitely send a shout out to Mr. Scott Garricky. I love you, big brother. I'm glad that you and big sis are doing well. I definitely want to say I love you, Mr. A, Mr. Aaron Signs. I really appreciate you. That's my Air Force pops. I would not still be in uniform if it wasn't for that, man. So, Mr. A, I'm forever indebted to you, and my path would look completely different if you weren't a part of my story. So, to those two people, shout outs immediately. Next, I got J.W. Womack, my brother from the Space Force side of the house. His journey and my journey, when we linked up and connected, it's been a beautiful collaboration every time we do something together. So, J.W., I just want to say thank you. I love you, my brother, and I really appreciate you. I know this is long. This is a part 2 for my gratitude post, but I won't forget. To my team here, I didn't want to forget. To my team here, the Kadena development team, my squad is dope. I want to say we hired very well, but we have some amazing talent on this team. From every person, my number 2, 3, 4, 5, down 6, and there's no way to put them in any type of order because they are all extraordinary. And I just want to give them a shout out to say thank you for making my days easy. You know, a lot of bosses don't say that, but we don't have the dramas that other teams have. We don't have the situationships that other teams have. We don't have the stress that a lot of teams have. And we come together, we collaborate, we work well together, we love, we trust, we share. My team over-communicates. I'm a chill peace person, but I have a team that over-communicates with some of my push into teams. And one of my teammates really pushes that, and I love it. I'll never tell them to stop. They know me at certain times. Hey, I just need the cliff notes because I trust you. That trust is in our team. The communication is in our team. The love and respect for each other is in our team. And so I just want to say and give those guys a quick shout out. You are amazing to everyone on the Kadena development team. I'm super proud of you, super proud of what we built for our community, super proud of what we've accomplished in 2025. Let me tell you something. We may not get awards, but we don't do this for awards. We may not be recognized at the highest level of the United States DOD. It's okay. Let me tell you something. It's not about the awards. It's about the lives we change, the people we impact, the stories we share, the stories we're a part of, the trust we build, the communities we grow. All of these things matter so much more than something that you can just hang up on the wall and look at that might be collecting dust in a few years. But it's the lives you change, the people that will never forget who you are, what you do, what you bring every single day. That is why we do what we do. And to my team that carries this forward, that has that lighthouse logo in every classroom, including our auditorium, that pours everything they have into these students every single week that they're in front of us, that educates, encourages, and inspires, shares that vision, locks in, and makes it happen every single time that it's our time to step up. I am proud of you. I love you. I wouldn't change a thing. This is the best place, the best opportunity that we've ever had to be development advisors, a first-term enlisted corps team, a team of leaders leading other leaders. Man, I'm so proud. And when I said best opportunity, I mean a beautiful opportunity to do what we do. Wouldn't change a thing. I'm proud of you. 78.6 FM, Positive Vibes with Winsome. Miss Christy Bowles, I love you. I see you on the chat. Miss Ann Lacey, do want to say, and without any delay, congratulations to my sister, Shatoria Davis, who just retired from the United States Air Force. I couldn't be there with her. I was out doing our mission, but I want to tell you, congratulations. And I want to take a few seconds or a few minutes to talk about you, because you deserve it. I couldn't do this in person. The original plan was for me to be in there with my blues on or whatever they wearing. She had a whole plan and vision that I know it turned out beautiful. I'm looking at the photos. I'm so proud that it turned out and it was meaningful. But I want to talk about her. So I've been a part of some great teams, including the one I'm on right now. Some amazing teams, some amazing people. But one of the most memorable teams I'll ever have and meaningful to me was the one that had Shatoria Tori Davis on it. Our team, we dealt with some unprecedented programs, and a lot of people put this on their bullets and write these things down, but I'm going to tell you, we were a part of a team that went from one responsibility and update goal, like per week, to having 13 unprecedented programs launch that affected the entire force. And I only had 4 people on this team to do it. It was my first team to really lead programs like this at a Department of the Air Force level. And I'm going to tell you, there was one person on my team, and you always look at some of the greatest teams that you've probably ever witnessed. For me, it was the Chicago Bulls. And the Chicago Bulls had Michael Jordan, Scottie Pippen, right? You can name those guys. That's the number 1, number 2. But then there was always that person that was quietly doing amazing things like B.J. Armstrong, John Paxson. You don't hear about their names often, but they always had those things they did that stood out, like John Paxson, when it needed the most, Michael Jordan could pass it out to him on the outside and he'd hit a 3. B.J. Armstrong with a magical shot or an important pass or just leading the offense to make sure that everybody was where they were supposed to be, while Mike and Scottie did their thing. Horace Grant, you don't hear a whole lot about him, but without his rebounds and muscle in the paint, the Scottie and Mike couldn't be who they were. So I think about that vision, about the missions that we had to be and do. And I look at Tori, and she was always one of those key players on every team, never complained. Well, never complained to anybody beyond our family. She always did things that nobody asked her to do. She always stepped in. She always looked out for other people. You could always trust her to get her piece done. She never came into the office with anything other than love, care. And she always checked on us. She was always that sister you're glad was there. And I tell my teammates, and I tell these 4 ladies that I worked with during that time, there's teams I would take anywhere with me. And this is the one. But you see, our friendship extended beyond our office, and her love extended beyond ours. She'd always keep us connected when something was going on with another team member that we didn't know about. She'd always make sure that we were there for each other, not just at the office, not just on the programs, but at home, in our real stories. When the uniform comes off, she was our sister. She loved unconditionally because we all had our flaws, our quirks, our things. But Tori was always there to see past whatever was on the surface and to see our heart. And we always saw hers. She was the connective tissue to all of our quirky personalities and different energies and different vibes. She kept us together. The people think it's the leaders that do all. No, there's always that person that's the heart of your team. And when you know who the heart of your team is, you lean on them differently. And we all leaned on Tori differently because we knew she loved us unconditionally. And we knew that she had our best interest at heart. We knew that we can trust her to be a good person, a good sister, a good teammate. We call it wingman in the Air Force, wingman. But we loved her immediately when we saw her heart. The funny thing is she's very quiet. So unless you're in the inner circle, you may not see that side of her. But I'll tell you what about my sister, when you did get that love, attention, and energy from her, you just want to take her wherever you are. The funny thing is we could also tell who she didn't trust because she didn't say much to him. But the key is, Tori was that consistent person during those tours and during those times that we had together in the session and on the team that was in critical and integral part to making our mission happen. The most beautiful part about that is our friendship lasted beyond that team. So the team that we had in 2011, 13, whatever year it was in there, that we had to manage all those programs, we met up again. Tori made sure we kept in touch. We met up again and we did our trip in Kosovo. I was in Kosovo, so we ended up meeting up in, I want to say it was Ramstein Air Base. That's right. Me, Tori, and Denzel. She changed her last name, but we always going to call her Tan. I don't care what she says, Tan. And anybody that knows me knows those are my sisters. We tried to get the other knuckleheads from the U.S. to come hang out with us. Most of them had already gotten out the Air Force and went on to different storylines. Goose, Vargas, our brothers and sisters. But if they couldn't be there with us, we would video chat with them, no matter where in the world we were. So we met up at Ramstein. We went on. I got my first opportunity to finally see Greece, and it was with my sisters. We took that first journey from AFPC, fighting together, doing missions together, and being in a fight and getting missions accomplished, to being able to, work hard and play hard together. The last time I seen both my sisters, Denzel, whatever you want to call her, and Tori, was we met up in Atlanta, Georgia. And it was one of my side quests. I told him, I said, I got to get the signature in Reverend Dr. Martin Luther King daughter's book. She wrote a book, and I wanted to get her signature so I can get that book to my daughter that was signed by the Reverend Dr. Martin Luther King's daughter. And we did. We made that journey. We met up in Atlanta. I got the signature, and it was amazing to see them. It's surreal when you think about what you've been through with people and you see that the love doesn't change. No matter how much time has gone by, no matter where we are in the world, we're family. And Tori, congratulations. And I love you, sis. See you soon. .6 FM, positive vibes of Winsome. I want to decorate the wall behind me, put something cool up like some some anime, like some FM Yomaton anime, and put some pictures up. And just to kind of just decorate the wall behind me, you know me. Hey, a lot of cool things happening. I got to go to the BX today, as a matter of fact, remind me, because I want to buy some pictures for my home office to go behind me. I can't paint it red because I'm in an apartment, but I can put some things in the wall. My walls have been blank this entire time, but I was looking at the Zoom this morning, and I realized, it's kind of dead back here, like this in my home office. I need something back there, like some Spider-Man, some Wolverine, something. Give me some Deadpool, something back here. But I want to put something on the wall to make the conversations a little bit more, decorative, right? In my office, when I do Zoom from my work office, I got the red wall and the pictures and the signs, and it's a really cool vibe. So if I can't get that, I want to at least get something. All right, anyway, I'm rambling like an old man does, right? 78.6 FM, positive vibes of Winsome. Last segment, I showed some love to my sister Tori. Congratulations on your retirement, man. Old lady, I'm really happy for you. I know me, you, and Tan, whatever her last name is now, we're supposed to do our retirement together. Storylines change, missions change, and goals change, right? But you're the first one. We're really excited for you. It's crazy because it's real, right? Once that date hit, I was like, oh, man, this is real because that means I'm next. Ugh. Tan might be around for a while, but I got to go, right? So I know it's a real thing, and I'm really proud of you, and I hate I couldn't be there, but I was there in spirit and in mind. I wish I could have been there with you guys, and especially the part where you said everybody had the suits and the sneakers. I wish I was there for that. All right, 78.6 FM, Positive Vibes with Winsome, and it's a lot happening, man. So at the beginning, I mentioned the article, and if you're on Facebook and you saw that our base, Kadena Air Base, just posted it, the story about what happened a few weeks ago. I haven't even talked about it on the radio. I didn't know the article was going to hit because, with the government shut down, a lot of things changed. So what happened was I'm driving to the shop at one Sunday morning. And that Sunday morning, I was supposed to go grab my little Bang energy drink, and I was going to go to the gym on Torrey Station. The reason why I came to Kadena Air Base versus the base that's closer to my house is because the shopette closer to my house was not open yet. So I go to the office, Kadena Air Base, and I go to the shopette, grab my Bang energy drink. It's a really calm morning, kind of cloudy, overcast, but it wasn't nothing crazy going on. I get in the car, I'm sipping on it, relaxing, listening to music, and I'm driving outside of Gate 3. When I make that left, I promise you, it's like the movies. Slowly the clouds open up with some dark clouds, and it's like it's raining real hard. Boom, it's coming down. And I'm like, dang. That's one where it's like that instant rain where you got to turn on your wipers because it's just, and you can hear it hitting, right? So I'm like, oh, man, this is coming down. And so I got my windshield wipers going the fastest they can because I got to see what's happening. And I promise, as I'm driving, this car in front of me loses control, and it's flipped on its side. And I promise you, I'm like, am I in the movie or in the middle of a movie being filmed or something? Because it happened that fast and that crazy. And I'm looking, I'm seeing other cars pass, and immediately I'm like, hey, this somebody's stuck in this car. So I pull up and I jump out and I run, and the poor person is getting out their seatbelt and trying to. Now imagine when a car is on its side flipped, the person has to stand up to try to get out because the door is up now. It's not in front of you. So I'm seeing, like, watching the little film of this person behind their windshield trying to push the door. And I'm like, flip, I got to get into action. So I run to the back where, now because the car's flipped is where the tires are. And I'm climbing using the bottom of the car to get to the top. And I'm trying to pull the door open. But because of the way the car was twisted and bent, the door wouldn't open. Now, first and foremost, let's stop there. Now, my ego got in the way because I'm like, how can I not lift this door in this little Japanese car, right? So I'm like, I need to go to the gym after this because this ain't working. But I tried for a few, right? I didn't want to waste too much time because remember, the goal is to get the person out of the car. So I'm trying, it's not working. So I jump off the side of the car, and I'll be non-dramatic with you. I knew that I might potentially have to break the glass in this car to get him out. When I saw the windshield, I was like, if I can't get the door, I'm going to have to break the glass. Now, I don't have nothing to break the glass with but my hands and feet. So I'm thinking about the best way to go at this, right? Run with the shoulder, hands, feet. How am I going to get this windshield broken? Because trying to pull him up is not going to work. So I get down, and I'm thinking to go to my car and see if I have anything to break the glass with. But I said, nope, let's try the trunk. Just hit me out of nowhere. Boom, try the trunk. So I'm telling him, right, I'm trying to sign to him, I'm going to the trunk. I can't say that in Japanese. So I go to the trunk, and I wave to him, and I'm boom, 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 trying to jet. Now it's bent. The car is bent. Boom, flip side. So I use everything I got, get the trunk door open. Bam. So you'll see in the picture, it's open on the side, right? That's me flipping that bad boy up. And he sees it. And so now I'm crawling in the car to get to him, help him free it up so he can come out the back of the car, and we get him out. I will tell you, even though it took me a couple of minutes to tell you about that story, it happened so fast, so crazily, and it's still flooding with water. Like, it's still raining really hard outside. So all this happened. It's like watching, if y'all remember Bruce Willis in that one movie where, the dude had to go, he had to put a little rain hoodie on, he was walking around. it was like that. It was like, what's happening right now? It happened so fast. And it's so surreal when you're in the moment. You're just moving. You're not thinking about nothing. How do I get him out of this car? First and foremost, I can't speak the language, so I got to sign everything. I got to, kind of make sure he understands, hey, I'm with you. It's okay. I got you. I'm going to the trunk, right? So once we got him out the car, I'm looking around to make sure there wasn't anything, any liquids, anything that sparked the car up, because we don't want to be stuck in the middle of a situation. So we get to the back, and I'm like, okay, let me just wait with him for a few minutes, because I already know he's called 911 or 119 right here in Okinawa, and either the fire department or the police are coming. I just want to make sure he's in good hands. So I'm speaking a little bit of Japanese that I know, just to make sure he communicates. Are you okay? What do you need? Are you hurt anywhere? Do you need anything? You good? And he tells me he's good, right? He signs to me and gestures that he's okay. And so we're just waiting under one umbrella, and then I see the lights from the fire truck. I didn't stay. I saw the lights from the fire truck. As soon as the fire truck pulled up or was pulling up, I wanted to move my car. And at first I was going to move my car to the fire truck and have space. But then it clicked to me. I said, the fire department is here. The police got this. I can leave. I didn't stay to be talked to, get any questions. He was in good hands. He wasn't injured. He wasn't hurt. He left. All I wanted was his contact information so I can check on him. And so we got that. I texted to make sure he was okay for the next couple of days, even as late as last week, to make sure that he was okay. There was nothing serious that happened that he realized after the accident. There was no long-term effects, and he's good. Very surreal, a very crazy moment, something I'll never forget. And I'm just grateful, not that the shop ed wasn't open on Tory, but I'm grateful that I was in the right place when someone was in need. You think about what it could have been you or my son who's stationed at Misawa driving around on the Japanese streets. Could be him. Lord forbid, knock on wood. But I would want someone to jump into action the same way. And you don't think about it. We're trained to move, to react, to respond. Like we go through 6 to 8 weeks of this training to be ready. So, and we run fit in this PT. We are active all the time. So we don't really think about it. But it's a blessing to be a part of someone's story and to be able to help someone when they're in need. So that's what the article was about. If you guys heard me talking about it earlier, that's what the base just published. I was speaking about it on Facebook. I didn't put this on LinkedIn. Again, I'm trying to stay away from that algorithm. But I did share that story, and I appreciate all the love I've been getting from friends and family about that situation or that incident. It was crazy. It really was. But we're here. Nobody was injured. I didn't have to kick out the glass. I got home that day, and it kind of hit me after when I was on the road driving. And I thought about Mr. G, Scott Garrick's words, right? Because he used to say this to me when he was here, and he says it, frequently. He says, you are exactly where you're supposed to be. And I know what he means. You're where God intends for you to be, where you're needed, where you're most effective, where you're supposed to be right now in this time and in this situation and in that moment. You are where you're supposed to be. And I thought about it all the way home, like, what if I wasn't there? How long would it have taken for someone to pull over? What if he was in his car stuck for a while? What if there was something happening? What if he was injured? Like, all those things are going through my head, and I'm so grateful that once I got home and sorted through all those thoughts, that it was the opposite. Everybody was okay, including me, especially him, and that he's fine even to this day. So thank you. Shout out to Kadena Air Base for the article. Thank you so much for sharing that story and the pictures. And the article was very beautifully written, so I appreciate you. Shout out to my mentors and friends who let me vent after it happened, because I was a little shook. I was like, that just happened. And then again, shout out to everybody who's been showing love on the page about it, because that was a crazy experience, and I'm glad that we all went through it together and everybody was okay. All right, so that's about the article. Enough about that. Move on. So I want to send some gratitude and love for that. I talked to you guys about what's coming. One of the coolest things I'm excited about, I don't mess around with YouTube like that, right? I'm not a YouTube guy. I'm not the guy who knows how to build thumbnails and go in and build scripts and all that stuff. I literally have been on this radio show with you, script free, from the heart, and genuine. Every time I've been on this, and this, I might have a few notes in my phone, like if I have different categories that I want to break down or different topics, but never scripted. It's always unscripted. So I know it's going to be a little different to meet time parameters and to edit and to build thumbnails and to do all this stuff. Hey, I'm excited for the journey, even if it's just for me, a temporary thing to launch other people. I'm excited to be a part of that, right? To learn it and then be able to pass that knowledge on to someone else. But I know that's coming. The podcast, I've tried so many different things, and I love reset, restart as many times as needed until you're happy with the product. And with a podcast, I've tried to sit down and interview people. I was bored with it. I tried the motivational 3-minute message. I was bored with it. So I was like, let me do something a little different. Let me mix it all together, bring in people, interview people, and have some real good messages. Like, we teach this stuff for an hour. Why can't we really talk about it? We teach this stuff for 90 minutes, half day. Why can't we talk about it? And why are we keeping this information from the rest of the world? Like, it's crazy to me to see how many people have this information, but if you don't pay for it, you're not getting it. Nah, we're not doing that anymore. So a lot of the stuff we teach is non-proprietary. The proprietary stuff I can't teach, but the stuff that's not proprietary, I want to share it. I want to make sure that people are understanding that there's different ways to live. There's different ways to navigate your life, different ways to see yourself, different ways to grow. And when you're growing and developing every single day with intention, there's nobody that can stop you. So I really want to make sure that we're doing that and adding value to someone's life. So that's what the podcast and the YouTube channel is going to be about. This won't stop. I got to come here and share my week with you. And for anyone who's listening in, got to be able to keep the love for the community. This is what sparked everything. And those things are just side quests because I know there's so much information and it's all about scaling and reach, right? So we want to go beyond the community and step outside and make sure folks in the U.S. and abroad can access the same information and have access to the same knowledge, growth opportunities, and to be educated, encouraged, and inspired. So I'm excited. I really am. I think this is going to be a very interesting journey, if I will. The new year brings a new journey. I can't wait for some of the projects I have with some of these really cool companies like Elite X. I got to catch up with the Happiness Studies Academy. So much happened this year. There's so many. If I told you how many projects I've had that we might have planned to have maybe 3 or 4 teams involved, but I was only able to connect with half of those. If you had like 5 teams, I was maybe able to connect 2 or 3 because of the time and the space. So it's crazy. I can't wait to see what we do next. I'll be back right after this break. The last leg of the race is that last segment, right? Let me turn this down. So that last segment. So did the gratitude, a lot of gratitude today, man. I'm very thankful to the folks who are pouring into me so that I can pour into others. Very thankful for the companies that trust me to carry on the message. Very grateful to the growth opportunities. I'm really excited to see what we do this year in 2026, this upcoming year. This next month and a half is really about building for that so we can launch effectively. There are some relationships that sparked last year that I really want to look into this year as far as how to provide more of leadership responsibilities and opportunities. People I want to reach out to, even starting after this radio show, to say, hey, I didn't forget about you. You know, there's so much time, so much space is what we talked about. There's a joke. I just had this crew from when I went through NCOA, L Flight crew. I still love y'all, man, I remember. L Flight crew, one of our guys had to do a speech, and the speech was on time and space. It was the worst speech ever. It was the worst speech ever. So bad that we teased like for months afterwards. And so anytime somebody would be like time and space, it's because it was like a circle of ridiculousness. But I do realize that there's only so much time and space for things you may have for your vision. It may not work out exactly that way because you have to fit it all into a certain box sometimes. So with development, it really does come down to that. There's only so much time. We had a 3-day summit. You got to pick exactly how you want to create it to make it effective and how you build up on each lesson. So you can't just throw anything and everything in there, especially because of flow. So with this summit we have coming up in January, I have a lot more time now for the next month and a half to really build it and to really make sure that the seats are filled and that whoever fills those seats are not wasting their time, not wasting their energy, and that they can walk away able to apply some really cool skills, new skills. So that's my goal for them, and so I can't wait to see it. Another exciting adventure for me is having an opportunity to head back to the U.S. And do something really cool when it comes to educate and encouraging and inspiring students. So in December, I'll be able to go back to the U.S., and the annual journey I usually make is to the detention facilities. You guys have probably seen that before. As a knucklehead teenager, I know how important a second chance is. As a knucklehead teenager that I was, I also understand how important it is to have hope for change, for something different. As a knucklehead teenager, I understand that it was important for me to understand that there are paths. Is that the path that I'm on doesn't have to be the end-all, be-all. I can choose a different path. I can take different steps, and I have to trust myself. I have to believe in something. So to be able to go back and teach that to these young folks who their paths have been knocked off course by circumstances, which could be family, which can be situations, which can be decisions, whatever it is, to be able to hopefully change a life with the time that I have. I'm so excited to get back to the United States to be able to give back. And then I have a chance to hang out with some teachers and some students. A few years back, 2 years ago, I don't know if you're tracking my story, but I was a part of a program called AVID in high school. Advancement via Individual Determination. Basically, it's where you're on a trajectory to take advanced classes or to go through a path with other students who are trying to succeed, win, do well on the SAT, ACT, which are tests we have to take at the end of the year when you graduate, when colleges are looking at you. You want to go to school, you want to be successful, you want to be someone. I was on that program, so to go back as an adult and see these young babies as freshmen starting and remembering being in those same chairs, it was so amazing. And so I get to do that again, right? I'll be going back and heading out, spending time with these students, sharing my story and talking to them, and that'll be in a few months. So I'm really excited about that opportunity as well. This will be in December before the holiday break. So I will tell you, man, there's a lot to come. We're just getting started. I know a lot of people are looking at, hey, man, I heard you're about to retire. I'm about to retire from the military, not from life, bro. There's still a lot more living to do. There's still a lot more giving to give. There's still a lot more love in my heart and a lot more energy that I want to share. So I can't wait, and information that I want to share. So I can't wait to see what comes next. Next week is going to be focused on, of course, getting our story, right? So next week when I come in here, the next time you see me, even if it's not next weekend, because that's a 4-day weekend, y'all know I like to travel. But the next time you see me, I'll be sharing lessons the way I used to, but this time it's information application. So let me teach you this, and this is how to apply it to your everyday life. This is what this really means. I think I'm going to start with focus, because that's a message recently that really helped me to put things into perspective differently. And this happened last weekend. I read a lot on focus, and there's a couple of sources that I really trust, but I really want to share some of the information that I learned with you, because I think it's essential to helping other communities, other people, other teams maintain that focus and be able to drive their own stories and intentionally. And so to be able to share that with you, to kind of reset, we talked about a lot of different things over the past: mindfulness, emotional intelligence, self-awareness. But I want to start with focus. Hey, bring it back. Let's focus. To be able to do that is a superpower. So to be able to teach that is an amazing opportunity, and I can't wait to be in the room with you next week when we talk about it. And I'm going to start here. So if it's successful on the air, cool, I'm going to teach it, right? So if I can do that for 60 minutes with you, then I can do it in front of some students next. So this will be my first launch at this focus course, and allowing you to reset, refocus, reassess your life, and tell the story the way you want to, based on what you want for yourself. So, man, yeah, it's been a wild journey. I told you guys about the car accident that happened to be there for someone, the new podcast, the new YouTube channel. Another piece is the trip. I just went last weekend. I'll share this. Miyako-jima. I went out to Miyako-jima for a few days, and if you guys know me, you know that's one of my favorite spots to be. I got a burger joint, Peace Pit Diner out there that I love to go to, and it's one of my favorite burgers on the island. I love to go and see the views. The views are amazing. And I went off the normal path heading to the lighthouse. I was making some turns that I normally don't make, and I was seeing different views. I went to a different hotel to see how they're set up. I did a bunch of things differently this round because I wanted to take in the experience differently, not the same thing that I do every time I go. I wanted to experience Miyako-jima in a new way, and it was so amazing. And the weather wasn't even that great. Somebody was saying, yeah, it rained this weekend. I said, you know what? It was sprinkling when I was out there, but it was still amazing views. And I went back to the lighthouse in Miyako. I climbed the lighthouse again, and I experienced it all over again. And I'll tell you, it was one of the most amazing experiences, because this time my intention was to block out the noise. So I went up there with some binoculars. I was looking around. I was really taking in all of the angles and all the views differently than I've done in the past. And then I went back on day 2, and instead of climbing up, I just enjoyed and explored the views around the lighthouse. Took pictures, took video this time. I've already taken it all in, but now let me get some memorable moments. So that's what I was doing, capturing some footage on the second day. So the first day was to take it all in. The second day was to capture some footage so I remembered. I can go and look at it. I can see it. And we don't do that sometimes. We don't explore and then really take it all in. We get so caught up in getting the coolest videos for the Vine or for the Gram or for whatever. But the biggest thing is really being able to take it all in first. And I say this, I've been seeing people do this with concerts, with trips, with one-of-a-kind adventures, and they want to take video and picture and just be on the camera the whole time. Live it. Enjoy it. Experience it. Because that is when it matters, when you're taking it in mindfully. 78.6 FM, positive vibes of Winsome. Your love, there's absolutely nothing you can do about it.